Morning all. All right, so we got 7 games in the National Hockey League tonight. Let us go over who we've got against who. What's interesting is you've got West challenging East in these 4 meetings here, where the West is the away team, and then you've got East challenging West, and then you've got a couple of Western Conference matchups. So the first, West meets East of the night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. The Anaheim Ducks in against the Boston Bruins. Anaheim's 20, 16, and 7 overall over their last 10. They are 3 and 7. They did win their last game. They looked good in the last game. We'll see if it's a trend or if that's a one-off. Away from home, rough record for them. They are 7, 9, and 3 away from Anaheim. The Boston Bruins are 24, 12, and 2 over their last 10. They are 8 and 2. They have won 2 in a row. At home, they are 14, 7, and 1. So for the Boston Bruins, we'll see how this test goes against the Ducks. The next meeting between these teams will be in Anaheim on March 1st. Also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the LA Kings and the New York Rangers meet for the second and final time this season. They met in LA on January 10th. The Kings won that matchup 3-1. So for the Kings, they are 21, 16, and 5 overall. Over their last 10, they are 6 and 4. They did win their last game. So while, they had a rough week last week, they got this week started off right by beating the New Jersey Devils. Now we'll see how they do against the Rangers. Away from home, they are now 8, 6, and 3. The New York Rangers, 27, 11, and 4. Over their last 10, they are 7 and 3. They did win their last game. And at home, they are 12, 3, and 2. So the New York Rangers, excellent record, good over their last 10, and at home they're pretty strong. So we'll see how the Kings do on the second half of a back-to-back with this one. And then at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific as well. The Dallas Stars and the Philadelphia Flyers get at it for the first time this year, or second time this year. November 13th, Dallas won that game at home 5-2. Threw myself off by not putting the previous game right there. But yeah, Dallas won the game in Dallas. I'm kind of leaning towards Philly in this one, just because Philly hasn't won in 11 games and they're due. And for Dallas, they're 20, 16, and 2. Over their last 10, they are 6 and 4. They've won their last 2 games on the road to get to 6, 12, and 1 away from home. And I think they're probably due for a loss. Philly's due for a win. But anyways, Philadelphia's 13, 20, and 8. Over their last 10, they're 8 and 2. At home, they are 6, 9, and 4. So the overall numbers for Philly have been miserable. This is the second and final meeting they have with Dallas. If Dallas gets ahead early in this one, probably looking at another Flyers loss. But again, they've lost 11 in a row. At some point, Philadelphia just has to win a game. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start time between Vegas and Washington. This may very well be the best game of the night. April 20th will be the second meeting for these teams. That'll be in Las Vegas. 24, 15, and 2 is the record for the Vegas Golden Knights. Over their last 10, they are 4, 4, and 2. They did win their last game. Away from home, they're 11 and 5. They're actually better away from home this year than they are at home. So for Washington, they're 23, 10, and 9. Over their last 10, they're 4, 4, and 2. They did win their last game. At home, they're 12, 5, and 5. So the overall numbers would tell you both of these teams have had their struggles, both of them being 4, 4, and 2 in their last 10. But I kind of like the standing for Vegas a little better because look at the division they're in. They can still win that division. Then at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, we get the Montreal Canadiens in against the Minnesota Wild. Montreal 8, 25, and 7. Doing a pretty good job on this road trip of playing spoiler, or at least trying. Last 10 games, they're 2, 4, and 4. They've lost their last 2 games in extra time, those being against Colorado and Vegas. So there's not really any shame there. Away from home, 3, 15, and 6. So it's a bad road record. It's a bad record overall, but if you take Montreal lightly, they could take 2 points from you. Minnesota's 24, 10, and 3 over their last 10. They're 5, 3, and 2. They've won 2 in a row. At home, they are 13, 3, and 1. So Minnesota's won 5 of their last 10, and we'll see how things go against Montreal. The second meeting between these teams will be April 19th this season. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific start time for the last 2 games of the night. So the review will be up relatively early by normal standards because there's no West Coast games. 9 o'clock, the start between Chicago and Colorado. These teams have already met twice. Colorado won both. On October 13th, they won 4-2, and on January 4th, in overtime, they won 4-3. The next meeting between these teams will be on January 28th. That'll be the last meeting. That's 4 days from now. So for the Chicago Blackhawks, they're 15, 19, and 7. Over their last 10, they're 4, 3, and 3. They lost their last game against Minnesota in extra time. Away from home, they're 7, 11, and 4. The Colorado Avalanche, the wagon of the NHL right now, 28, 8, and 3. Over their last 10, they're 9, 0, and 1. They've won 6 in a row. At home, they're 17, 2, and 1. But I've been assured it doesn't matter because look who they've played, so it's fine. So I guess we would hear that as well tonight if they make the winning streak 7 by beating Chicago, but still, they're winning all the games in their schedule. And yeah, we'll see how long things go in this direction for them. And then at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start for the St. Louis Blues and the Calgary Flames. St. Louis is 25, 11, and 5 overall. Over their last 10, they're 8 and 2. They have won 3 in a row, including the game last night in Vancouver. Away from home, they're 9, 7, and 3. The Calgary Flames, on the other hand, 18, 12, and 6. Over their last 10, they are 3, 6, and 1. At home, they are 5, 4, and 4. Their last home game was a win over Florida. So they're going to be looking to build on that, build on the strengths of the game against Edmonton, and learn from what went wrong in the game against Edmonton, and catch St. Louis on the second half of a back-to-back. Maybe that works in Calgary's favor. We shall see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, winners and whatnot. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.